Hope everything's working. If the volume levels on my microphone aren't good enough, please say so in the chat, which I'm following there behind the laptop. Today we're going to do a small update on what I've been up to over the last few months. If you've been following along on the channel, where the heck did it go? Garden model's been sitting in my way. Ever since I built it. Now, I built this model, it was supposed to do Springfield, but timing and shipping and all that stuff got in the way, so that got mixed around. So here we go. Let's turn off the cam for a second. Oops, wrong one. So over here we've got Carolina Craftsman kits, post office, and hell, let's just show everybody everything. Why don't we? And in between this model and this model, I built this model for Campbell Scale Models. I'm working on trying to be the one who updates their instructions. So we built one of their small economy priced kits. So we built that one in January and did the video for it. We just sent it to the company so that it can go through approvals and get the changes that need to be made on it. Well, not on the model itself. I'm good at making models, I'm just not good at making videos. Here's the models that we're working on today. Dang it. Now that's going to happen every time until I glue it down. It's going to probably be really fun. I'm going to turn off this camera for one, or maybe how about we do something like this? There we go. There we go. Everything's looking good now. So, something fell on the floor there. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the roof piece. Let me get it. Went under the table, for crying out loud. Okay, we're going to leave this off, shall we? We'll show you what it is. There's, in this Cooper's Alley kit, there's a lot of roof details. And until you get those roof details glued down to the model, they're going to be flimsy. But as you can see, this camera is not it's a fixed focus camera, so I'm hoping that things are working out on it. So yeah, these kits come with a lot of roof details. Two this roof, one on this roof, and Huh. I don't know why we're having such a hard time streaming, but we are. So let's put this down to 500. Always something. I'm sure it's because we're not plugged in. Let me do that right now. Wow. How's that, my friends? Okay. Okay, that looks like things are looking better. I don't have chat. Huh. Sorry about the technical difficulties, my friends, but this is what we've got. Here we go. Back in action. Action Jackson. Okay, so guess I should start over with all of this. Actually, I'm not going to start over. Screw it. We got Cooper's Alley over here, and this is what I'm working on currently. I'm making a video for this for ITLA scale models. I think it's a $100 plus kit, but it comes with 3 shallow relief structures, and as you can see, each one can be done in a different way. This being the whitewash style building. I don't really like to ever make anything white on a layout unless it's white paint. There's always a color and a texture to it. This next building, you see there's a lot of detail on it, the deteriorated brick. In the video I share how I mortar the lines and keep the deteriorated brick clean, which is kind of a challenge. I still have to put some ink and alcohol on this aged concrete here so it looks like this. And we got to put some steps on it still. This kit comes with a base as well. It goes with the base underneath all these structures with the broken concrete and stuff, but I opted not to use it because when we put all this stuff together on a scene, I want to have it all on the same type of road, and having this base look different from this base is not going to make sense in the whole scene, and it's going to look kind of jalopied up. And it's a great looking base piece, but I'm just not going to use it for my stuff because I have a system that I'm going to use for sidewalks. I'm going to laser cut my own, and they're going to look a little bit different. So that's my reasoning behind that. However, in my opinion, this looks awesome. Okay, that's good. So it looks like we've got people on now and things are working. Funny because I've been streaming for 12 minutes, but it says over on YouTube that we only have 5 minutes elapsed time. Wonderful. So this is what I've been working on in the last month. You guys probably missed out on the structure I talked about, Campbell scale structure, Campbell scale models. During our technical difficulties, I was talking about this kit that I have made a video for. It's not completed yet. I still have to get the approvals done so that I can do all this stuff. I'm looking to, you see, I'm looking to start consulting in the hobby, and I'm contacting old companies that have old instructions for, you know, stuff like, what am I looking over there? There's a camera right here. Like in old kits. Looking over at that camera like a dummy. In the old kits, you know, I think that camera is frozen. Is that a possibility? Yeah. Look at that. Bugger that. I'm going to have to dial that camera down, I think. We'll see. We'll have to keep on paying attention to that and make sure things... This is why I haven't live streamed since September. Windows really derped up all my cameras, and I really couldn't test them. So now that I'm testing this camera that I bought new, it works on this laptop fairly good, but on my computer, it's like... is crap, deinterlaced crap. So let me get back to what I was talking about. I want to consult with older companies just like Campbell scale models so that we can update their instructions to modern techniques. You know, like a telltale sign of older instructions is if they talk about float-quill paints. Float-quill paints have been gone for probably 6 or 7 years now, you know. So we don't have solvent-based paints. We have acrylic paints now, and the differences between building a tinder dry wood kit are drastically different when using solvent-based paint that evaporates fairly quickly, or a water-based paint that evaporates very slowly and penetrates the wood with these very large molecules, and it just makes your wood spread right out. So that's what I'm doing in the background. So there's a lot of approval, so there's a lot of shaking of hands and making of friends and getting people to trust you. Like, you know, I'm not a M master model railroader. I don't think that I'd really pass the test with those guys, but I'm highly capable at building kits. So it really is a big ask for an amateur like me to go in and rewrite somebody's instructions without the MMR designation. So this is the Cooper's kits, this is the Carolina Craftsman kit, and what's next? If we go over my, you'll probably see that I've got some Campbell's kits in here that I have to get approvals for. But in between, I don't really have to wait that long because I have 2 KC workshop kits. And the things that are really cool about these kits is that they're cheap. Like, they're not cheaply made. They're just like every other Craftsman kit out there. But this Jack 'em Up tire repair is $24.95. And this Bob's Bait and Beer is $32.50, which is a far cry different from these $100 plus kits. The difference being is that these structures are smaller, right? But they still use, I'm going to put this kit to the side. Because I'm going to build the $25 Jack 'em Up tire repair kit first. So let's get in to show you. These aren't some crappy plastic kit. They come with nice signs so that you can get lots of options. You know, a real wood, clapboard siding, laser cut. You've got looks like Tichy or Grant line. You can't often you can't tell by just looking at them. They look a lot the same, and some of their products overlap. So you got these are styrene, I believe, and we've got a metal casting for a stove pipe. We've got a tube here for a pooper vent, more clapboard siding. Now this is a product that I really like. This is the card. This is a card, but it's a pressed wood card, as you can see on the back. It's a very nice medium to work with because it's thin. It's like the microply, but it actually, I believe it's a pressed wood product. So this is a billboard. Look at the nice size of that billboard. You know, and after you pull these parts out, you can make a template of this billboard and recreate it in whatever medium you've got. You got some scrap wood hanging around. Maybe you could even cut this out of cereal box if you want it. Use your Cricut. All kinds of options for these billboards. This billboard is a godsend for you because you can copy it over and over and over again and put that extra advertising on your layout. So that's cool. You got the laser cut doors because they want to have unique stuff on it. So and then there's a fan with a vent. This is nice stuff. The garage doors. There's some laser cut sign. Obviously North America, because for you UK guys we'd have to put a Y there. I don't know why. Roof card. Acetate for your windows. This is probably rolled roofing, black construction paper for rolled roofing. yeah. So this is going to be a fun kit to build. Probably take 1 or 2 nights to put together. I'm going to take a little bit longer because what I do is I set up a camera and I have to do the painting, then I got to do the vocal script over it, and if it doesn't work, then I got to do it over again. You know, the way I used to make videos is not how I make videos now. With all the trolling I get and all the opinions I get from people who've never made videos before. You know, it's a lot of work involved in this stuff. So this is my next kit that I'm going to work on. Jacomep Tire Repair by KC's Workshop. KC stands for Kenneth Crump, or Kenny. He's a really good chap from the East Coast, I believe. Oh! So they are Tichy windows and doors, and the casting is from Best Castings. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, nobody's commenting yet. We've got 12 viewers. Wonder what's next? What's next? What do we got? What are we doing? What are we doing today? What do you want to see? Want to see something? Feel free to add your comments. I'm looking at the live chat. You know, this kit, this Jack-em-up tire repair, I can really see it being one of my favorite kits. Let's look at the next kit. Another KC's Workshop. Now this is pretty cool. I was looking at this earlier. Now this is like, you ever heard of those bottle brush trees or trees that you can... What happened here? Somebody turn this around on me. I'm trying to look at my desk, aren't you? It's like a furnace fiber or something. But I think I'm going to try to make it into some evergreen trees, some kind. Whatever, I could play with this forever. So again, you know, I always harp on people and there's instructions. And these instructions are much like the Carolina Craftsman kits. Like for instance, they talk about go to railroadkits.com, modelersforum.com, and scottymason.com. Lots of pictures in the instructions, which is important because, you know, a picture says 1,000 words, and you can say put this piece to this piece. You could even call it piece number 1 and piece number 2. But if there's no number 1 and number 2 on those pieces, people really don't know what the heck you're talking about. So it's really important to have lots of pictures in your instructions. Lots of advice too. I read through the tire instructions, and I imagine these are just as good. So we've got scale lumber. I think that's from Northeastern Scale Lumber. Gently get these parts out of this bag. So once again, we've got some nicely printed. It looks like it's been printed with a laser printer, which is good. Gives you a nice crisper print job. We've all seen the signs that you get, and they're all kind of faded because the ink from the inkjet printer kind of bled out into the page. It's not the best. You can make it work because we fade our signs. You know, you can't criticize about everything. Like if you can fix the issue, it's not really a problem. But it's nice to have crisp print so that you can fade out these signs on your own. Just saying. So we got a laser kit components here. For the structure itself, in the bundle, which is this is probably the most important thing to say about Craftsman kits today. If you're building a kit from a company that's been around since the 90s or earlier, you're probably going to get instructions. I keep on looking at the other camera like an idiot. You look at the camera. These kits that were made in the 90s and earlier had flow quill paints. Okay? Now, if you're listening to somebody who's not telling you to brace with a great big piece of wood like this on the back of your wood pieces, well, they're not really experienced with modern kits. Actually, and I would go as far as saying is they're not really experienced with modern paints either, because what we've got now is water paints, like acrylic paints that have water in them, and alcohol, so we've got paints that will actually attack and make this very dry piece of wood into a sponge. So the way you fix that is you take a big, thick 1/8 inch square piece of wood like this and you glue it across the grain. So on this board, we can see these lines going up and down, kind of streaking up and down. That means that our grains are going this way. So when we brace this, we want to go across the grain. We want to put it on the corner of this. We want to put it in the middle of this, and we'll put it on the other corner and this. And then on these side pieces, we won't put it on the corner, but we'll put it about an inch in on each side, avoiding the windows and doors. So that these pieces don't come and knock each other. You have to have everything fit when you put it together. So if you're putting it in the corner here, this smaller piece right here, you're putting it in about a width of this board in so that they can both fit in the corner. But it's very important to brace this wood because it's dry. It's dry. Like let's do an experiment live on camera, live on YouTube. Is the bullshit-o-meter, where we take, so what we've got here is we've got a piece of a clapboard. The grains are running this way, so when this gets penetrated with the water, it's going to grow up and down. So I'm going to soak this piece of wood. Right now, it is exactly the same size as this sheet right here. You see? We got that on camera? You see that? Okay, that's good. We'll pull this piece of thing up here like this. We'll pull this off so we don't get no water on it. Let's just spray it with some water, shall we? Yeah? And then maybe we'll take some alcohol. We'll take my thinner here. This is 49% isopropyl alcohol, 49% distilled water, and 2% glycerin. Throw some this on it. This is paint thinner for your airbrush. you might think to yourself, well, that's pretty extreme. Nobody's ever going to put water like that on. But as compared from enamel paints or these solvent-based paints to these water-based paints is the difference. And this is the point, Jack. You know, when you put water into these pieces of wood, you know, experience will have you say, well, it's not going to work that way. We've got a little bit bigger. And that's just immediately. In about 10 minutes, we'll put this to the side. In about 10 minutes, it's going to be wet like my leg. So if you're watching a show that's saying, you know, I'm going to avoid putting interior bracing into this structure because I want to do an interior, what do? You know, you still need bracing. So let's take our piece of wood here and we're going to break it with our fingers because we know we can break it. So it's going to be that size. We don't have to use a razor. Bought by Micromark for 3 times the cost of anything else. We just break our pieces off. You just hold it on each side of the wood. Put your thumbs together and pull down. Pull down, break it off. Bob's your uncle. So, what was I going to do here? Oh, the interior bracing. Yes. And camera's over here. Yes. The interior bracing. Everybody has cereal box at home. And if you don't have cereal box, you've got cookie boxes. Because, you know, kids eat cereal. Old people, they like cookies. So, this is kind of like cereal. This is a kit card. This is a card stock, you know, but it's just slightly thinner than a cereal box. Now, if we said to ourselves, hey, this is a piece of cereal box, would you believe me? I know you wouldn't. But you put that over that bracing like that, you've got an interior wall. And now you can decorate your interior structure while your tinder dry wood that is being attacked by alcohol and water-based paints is braced like a champ. So that's a piece of advice if you really didn't think of how to get around building a Craftsman structure kit without, you know, you don't avoid the bracing in any way whatsoever at all. It's 2017 today, and Floquil paints have been gone for a number of years. And people really don't buy enamel paints anymore. They're too hard to clean up. You always have to buy some super bad solvent, and each and every time you get that solvent-based paint, it smells like crap. It's going into your lungs, causing cancer, and the warnings on the packages say so. So, whatever you want. That's my advice. And that's from experience of building kit after kit after kit after kit. I don't know. Sorry if you think otherwise, but I'm right, you're wrong. So it's another great kit. Oh, we didn't go through all the parts. So this kit is $32.50, and once again it comes with Tichy doors and windows. We've got a piece of it looks like it is corrugated metal roofing made out of crimped scrapbooking paper probably, which is a great idea. This is crimped scrapbooking paper too, and it worked out fine. So we've got the Tichy windows and doors, and then it's got a couple of metal parts, which for a kit this price is fairly rare. But it's always nice to have these metal parts. So what we've got here is a pair of metal stairs, 2 stove pipes, a vent pipe, a oil drum. We've got a gooseneck lamp shade. Yeah, that's it. But that's that's more than what you get in many kits, so these metal detail parts are amazing. Like the differences between plastic and wood and metal are pretty substantial when it... I keep on forgetting the goddamn camera. We've got to put the camera on the other side, I think. The differences between these plastic windows and doors, the wood walls, and these metal castings are pretty drastically different when it comes to the finish of paint. Whereas you don't really want to use solvent-based finishes on your wood. You kind of do on your metal and your plastic. And the reason why is exactly the reason why it doesn't work on wood. The water in the acrylic paints really makes an emulsion to the finish on the metal, because there's release mold, and you would have to try to wash that off, and still you get an emulsive pattern that doesn't work well. Whereas if you painted the metal with a rattle can, it works great. So the same with these plastic windows and doors. Plastic things. They are, if you spray those with a rattle can, they work great. Alternatively, you have to give those pieces some tooth if you are going to paint them with acrylic paints. So I suggest some clear coat or dull coat, something to go on there very thinly. A dull coat's usually from a can too, and that sticks to the metal itself or the plastic itself. So then when your next coat is an acrylic, it goes on a lot better because there's some tooth to it. Ha! So we got some water. Look at this. There's a proof already. Proof's in the pudding, Jack. So look at. You see how the we've got a cupping going on with the carrier sheet? Well, a piece of water went on it. See the dark spot right there? And now it's pushing out. It's not even the same size. Look. It's right there. It's right there. It just happened. So let's go test our piece. Where's our piece? This bugger must be a monster by now. Probably isn't. Testing things online, it never works. Never ever works. Yep. We've got a bona fide 1/8 of an inch. And I haven't even been talking here for 15 minutes. I'm going to move this camera just so that you can see it. What does that say to you, man? Can you see it on there? The water in our piece here has expanded by an 1/8 of an inch. That's substantial, man, when everything's all... So as you can see, we don't want to get any water on this wood. So when you see people talking about, not bracing your wood, They really just haven't ever had the situation where things went out of control. And, you know, I think it's bad advice to even tell people to not brace microply, which is already braced. I think that anything that comes with wood, you should be bracing. Proof in the pudding. Look at that. That's crazy. Isn't it? I gotta get this out of the carriers. I don't want any water on it. So, you know, I'm not saying all this stuff to scare you. You know, the fact of the matter is if we brace this in 3 spots, right in the middle where all the grains are grabbed, and right on the corners, we're not going to have any issue at all with paint. It's going to take a real bonehead move for me to screw these up after bracing them. So that's the lesson of the day. Now, I've been having people say that, you know, they really wish that I had like an extra person here as a camera person to help with zooming in on products and stuff like that. If you're of that idea as well, I just gotta say to you, that's the reason why I set up the patreon.com/Ron Perry, P-A-R-E. Contribute $1, and all that money goes towards the channel. I don't like. I'm not trying to take. It's benefiting the channel. You know, it's we all know the problems with having a volunteer-based society. Things don't get done, you know, and sometimes the quality is it's reduced to the lowest common denominator because the person who's doing it is willing to volunteer, you know, and I'm willing to volunteer, but I'd like to do it with better equipment. I'd like to do it by, you know, giving somebody $20 to hold the camera for a day and to help with the scripting and stuff like that. You know, sometimes the sound isn't great. If I got somebody there working the day or just a few hours out of the day to help me out, once a week we could probably make lots better videos. So if you like these videos, if you like my character, if you think I'm funny looking, please consider contributing to patreon.com/Ron Perry. I have 8 patrons. You won't be the first, honest. There's already people giving me the loot. Some of them are doing $5 a video. You know, so it's really a boost to my inspiration. It's not a boost to my ego, believe me. There's so many people talking crap. I'm not there. I'm not there yet. It's not me. But if you're interested in these things going, you know, like if we make it to the $50 mark on Patreon, I'll be doing these live streams every single weekend, you know, and the more and more it goes up, the longer these things go. Maybe I make my videos live streamed, but you know, then I redo the video with the recorded content into a highly produced video with titles and Ron not forgetting to look at the right camera. That happened a few times. So, I don't know. I'm getting into a long spiel, but if you're interested in these videos, please consider contributing to Patreon /Ron Perry. So what do we got next? What do we got next? We still haven't gone through all the pieces in this kit. That's how distracted I can get. See, a cameraman would be great because he'd be like, you forgot to get to the kit parts. So we got those, we got the kit parts, we've got, what are these? Well, this looks like a heavy roof card, maybe. Because it's got a slope on there. It could be interior walls, though. This looks like a base. This looks like roof card. We have a laser cut air conditioner. That's cool. And something that I really like in kits is, you know, there's lots of old plastic kits you start with. Lots of old plastic kits you start with, and they have molded in shingles on the roof. It's really hard to do whatever you want. Now these are laser cut paper. Looks like a fine construction paper, but they're cedar shakes. So in these, I can go along the top with my my stain marker, and then along the bottoms I can put gray so that it actually looks like a weathered shingle shake or cedar shake. Cedar shingle shake. Say that 3 times fast. So yeah, the options are unbelievable. You know, when it comes to people saying that I don't have the money to spend on a kit, I can scratch build anyways. These kits are a lesson in scratch building. Sure, it's got clapboard siding. You didn't need to go out and get your 2x6s. You didn't have to do that. And board on board construction, that part, but what you're doing is you're learning about gluing wood and painting wood, okay? And when you're scratch building, you don't get those lessons. Sure, they have a wood structure that looks like it was built yesterday, but come on, we've got to really you do a few of these, you'll become an expert in wood finish and all that jazz, you know. So it's a really beneficial thing. So there's lots of Craftsman kit companies out there. KC's Workshop has an economy cost price kit. I think they're something you should look into. I was talking to Nick at ITLA Scale Structures, and he said that the next few kits that come out of ITLA will be more economy line kits, probably smaller in size, maybe this size or something. I don't know what will be in there, but they're looking to have a lower cost kit for maybe people who want to test the waters. You know, I've heard a lot of people say that they're kind of scared to get a Craftsman kit because you know, that one, they don't know if it's going to go together nicely, and number two, if it's going to look good. And the thing is that if you've got the fundamentals down, going together, these kits have no way of failing. Zero. If you follow my rules, there'll be zero way of failing on the kit construction. On painting, sure, you can go overboard, but you know, there's always a way to fix what you've done, and sometimes that means getting the glue, breaking the piece off. You know, sometimes you got to get the hair dryer out to soften the glue. That's a great tip. You know, you pull a hair dryer out, you soften the glue from the back. These windows and doors will pull right out like butter. You know, so you know there's always a way to fix these things. And you know, I hope to be able to build one of these kits on camera. Maybe even a live stream next weekend. We'll see. Let's go over what we've got from Campbell's kits. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to build these kits. These kits might have to go back if they don't like what I've done with the first kit. I didn't sign an NDA. I don't know if I'm not allowed to say it. So what we've got here is the produce shed. Just a fairly big kit, I think. Now these are old kits. Well, this one's been updated because it's laser cut parts. It looks like cut up pieces of wood for boxes. Which is a great idea. Great idea. A little chop saw, cut these pieces off. You can't beat real wood for looking like wood. Yeah, that's a really nice looking kit. That's one of the things I like about these Campbell kits is it doesn't matter how expensive or cheap these kits are, they come with template pages. Now that's how big this kit is. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Nice! Love it. So yeah, I really can't go through much of these because I don't really have permission to build them on camera yet. Breaking the rules though, that's what I'm in for. We've got the coal station. And this one, which if I get accepted, this will be the next one I build, is the abandoned house. This was really cool because the wood parts, like you really, like many Craftsman kits will make you pull out the knife and just to mash up the board, but the weathered boards, the broken boards are all laser cuts, so it's a lot easier to make it look the way the designer wanted it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're about an hour in, or 47 minutes in. There's probably 5-6 minutes at the beginning that was screwed up because I didn't have the laptop plugged in. I gotta get another long cable for this area back here. See, that's the benefit of this patreon.com. You know, I get these kits, but to be able to build them like a champ, to be able to record them for you, to get them out and to teach you or to share what's available in the community. Like heck, we've got Carolina Craftsman kits, ITLA scale models, Campbell scale models, and KC's Workshop. All lesser known kit companies, you know, so I think I help the market. I think I help the hobby with these high quality kits to help you do things. Really like how this turned out. Now don't worry, I talk all about how I do it on the video itself, and that should be coming out by next weekend. Probably earlier, maybe about Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's time for me to get back to the rest of the day. That really didn't fizz, did it? Oh well, it ain't gonna hurt me. So, thank you for watching. Cheers. If you want to be a supporter, patreon.com/Ron Perry is the way to do it. If you are a budding photographer and you want to make the best darn photos you can of your work for maybe a magazine article or your YouTube videos or maybe even a blog post, the best product you can get, the product that the model railroad publishers use, is Helicon Focus. And if you want to get 20% off your own version of Helicon Focus, just go to modelersguild.com. That's with one L. modelersguild.com/HF. And I'll get you 20% off all day long. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Happy modeling. Ah, dang it! I built another kit. I haven't really showed anybody it either. Oh, what happened? No. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I gotta put it back here because it's not gonna fit. I built this base for this kit and I almost forgot to show it to you. Holy cripes. How's that? How's that for a big kit? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll leave this running for a couple of minutes so that I don't cut off the end of my video, which is something that I often do.